we have to track this story of ideas. Vedic civilization with its values. The Gaumukh is Rig Veda, right? And if you follow the river analogy, because ours is a riverine civilization, and some of the most eventful things happen on the banks of rivers, whether it is Mahakumbh or whatever. The Gangotri of this knowledge tradition are the Brahmanas and Aranyakas. You know, Gangotri is the, if you know from Gobuk, Gangotri is the first human habitation. So Brahmanas and Aranyakas are the human habitations, the social, the rituals, the karma kanda and all that. And then you come to the what's called the filtering, the distilling. And you have the Devaprayaga of Upanishads. But the Upanishads, the Rig Veda was composed on the bank of Indus. Upanishads were composed on the bank of Saraswati, which used to flow near Kurukshetra. And even today, in the local language, there is a small stream. It is called Sarsuti. Just as Harshvardhan's Thaneshwar is called Thanesar. His Shiva Mandir is still there. You want to look at continuity, you have to move around. You have to look at places and people and the echoes that are there they are immersed in the land. And there is no break. And the ordinary people are quite aware of it. Unfortunately, our education sort of this. Then, after that, I will cut short. You see, Saraswati dried up around 1900 BC. Various reasons. Some people say Raja Prithu ने धरती का दोहन किया 5 बार और वो इतना सूखा पड़ा कि सरस्वती सूख गई. And then the migration to the Ganga Jamuna heartland. That is where the Puranas and the narratives, grand narratives, Mahabharata, we have to distinguish between the Mahabharata event and the composition of Mahabharata epic, which must have taken place after a gap of about 1500-1800 years. Because, as you know about dating, the people, there is a lot of conferences happen. महाभारत का डेट करना है, एस्ट्रोनॉमिकली करना है, आर्कियोलॉजिकली. दनीनो जी को चाहिए कि ज़मीन से कुछ निकलेगा तभी मानेंगे आर्कियोलॉजी से. अब तो राखी गढ़ी में रथ भी निकल आया है. अब डिबेट ये है कि उसे घोड़ा चलाता था कि बैल चलाता था. हाउ डज इट मैटर सर? हाउ डज इट मैटर? द एपिक इज देयर विद यू. दैट इज द एसेंस. That's the essence. So in the Ganga Jamuna belt, we had this development, and I call it, you see, first of all, there is the Saptadhara. I am carrying forward the analogy, river analogy. Saptadhara 6 शास्त्र हैं और प्रच्छन्न धाराओं में आपका जैन और बौद्ध आ गए और दूसरे आ गए. प्रच्छन्न धाराएं हैं. और उसके बाद शास्त्र धारा, जब गंगा जमुना में गए, 1,000 multiple streams of knowledge develop. Somebody who writes down the history, if someday God gives me time, I shall try. But we are inadequate. You know, each one of us is inadequate. अभी वो स्थिति नहीं बनी है कि हम इतना कुछ कर सके. तो उसमें सब multiple, that is the knowledge which originated with the Vedas. You know, it got so many forms. इतने रूपांतर, इतने forms लिए, इतने उसके विरोध हुए, ये हुए, इतना फैल गया. और वहीं से कुमारेल भट्ट को याद करिए, दैट यू नो आंध्रा बीच वाला हिस्सा, एंड द नॉलेज ट्रेडिशन ट्रेवल्ड साउथ. एंड इन द साउथ two things happened. Yes, your knowledge is scattered. इसको 2 तरह से यूनिफाई करना है. एक तो भक्ति मूवमेंट ने किया. भक्ति मूवमेंट ने जो डिस्पैरेट लैंग्वेजेस में वही ज्ञान एक्सप्रेस होता था, उसको भक्ति मूवमेंट ने भिन्न भारतीय भाषाओं में पकड़ा. तो चाहे आप रामानुजाचार्य, बट द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग अबाउट भक्ति मूवमेंट वाज वर्नैकुलराइजेशन ऑफ नॉलेज इन इंडिया. वर्नैकुलराइजेशन. Ramanujacharya giving discourses in Tamil and the Chola king asking him to leave the kingdom. And he left, and the Mandya king, supporting him. And from there he going to Melkote in the Narsingha temple. And for 12 years he gave discourses on this Brahma Sutras for 12 years. And then he had that famous, then he wrote down, जैसे आजकल हम बोलते हैं हिंदी में लिखते हैं अंग्रेजी में हैं, then he wrote down in Sanskrit and Shri Bhashya. And from Ramanuj, you see vernacularization. Then you come to Gyaneshwar, Marathi. You come to Gujarat. You come to Punjab, Nanak. You come to Gorakhnath. You see in Sanskrit as well as Bhojpuri. And from Gorakhnath, Ramanand to Jayadev to Shankardev. There is a chronology problems, but somebody who sits down, I'm sure before Jayadev there was somebody in Bangladesh. Before Shankardev there was Satras were already there. So it goes round, the bhakti movement goes round. The second thing that happened was that Adi Shankaracharya ने एक सिद्धांत लिया अद्वैत का, and he went round the country and he knit the country around that. And Adi Shankaracharya is very important because he did four things which in one of my places, speeches, whatever talking, I have said that Dharma Raksha Parampara, the tradition of defense of Dharma through Shastra and Shastra was consolidated, constituted by Adi Shankaracharya. एक तरफ अखाड़े बनाए नागा सन्यासीज, नाइट टेम्पलर्स ऑफ हिंदू सोसाइटी, एक तरफ 108 मंदिर बनाए, एक चार धाम एस्टेब्लिश किए, महाकुंभ का प्रेजेंट रूप उन्होंने दिया, महाकुंभ का पिलग्रिमेज शुरू कराई, एंड 3 बार को के गाँव में जाके लोक भाषा बातें करके अद्वैत का, भारत का जो अद्वैत निचोड़ था ज्ञान, एज स्पिनोजा सेड. सो देयरफॉर द इंडियन निचोड़ निर्गुण, निराकार निर्गुण एंड साकार सगुण एंड निर्गुण मूल अद्वैत, नॉन डुअलिज्म बिटवीन द टू, नॉन सेपरेशन. उसके बाद अद्वैत के जो थिंकर्स हुए उनके, वी ऑल नो, you have Ramanuj, you have Madhvacharya, you have Nimbarkacharya, you have Vallabhacharya. Don't ask an educated Indian who they were. He won't know. So, उन्होंने क्या किया वो तो पूछना ही नहीं कि वो कैसे सिद्धांत को आगे बढ़ाया. पर country got knit. Every Indian today, consciously or unconsciously, is an Advaitin in his thinking. So, शंकराचार्य जी का ये great contribution था. और भक्ति मूवमेंट ने तो बहुत बड़ा काम किया.